You want a fight? You get a fight. This is a story my father told me many years ago. Occurred when he was a boy. My father struggled with weight his entire life, and was a very heavy-set boy. When he was about 8 or 9, he was bullied by this other kid, bully, in his neighborhood, about 11 or 12 years old, whose dad, bully's dad, or BD, had dreams of his kid becoming a prizefighter. It turns out BD had actually instructed the bully to pick fights with my father, as he was the largest kid in the neighborhood, and BD thought my father would be a good sparring partner for the bully. My father was extremely introverted and shied away from violence and conflict. But the bully kept pushing the matter, not taking no for an answer, and kept picking fights with my father, as instructed apparently by BD. It escalated to the point where the bully punched my father so hard in the face that my father went temporarily cross-eyed and had to wear special glasses to correct them. Police and other authorities were of no help, as this was the 50s. BD denied everything, and boys will be boys. My father finally had enough one day, and acquiesced to the bully constantly trying to drag him into a fight. Despite being 23 years younger, my father was roughly the same height as the bully, and had a definite weight advantage. The bully got his fight. He got his sparring partner. For one day. By my father's recollection, it was a total curb stomp battle. My enraged father let loose and demolished the older bully. The bully lost many of his front permanent teeth that day, and never bothered my father again. People tend to forget that while violence might not be the best solution, it is a solution. I got picked on by a bully who used to spend his life making younger kids' lives miserable. I went to a very small senior school in the 70s with less than 400 boys, so there were few places to avoid him. Teachers turned a blind eye to bullying. I suppose they considered it character building. He told me in advance that he would have my dinner money, bus fare daily, and beat me up every day. For a month. After a week of this, I was understandably pissed off with this, and by Monday lunchtime I was really peeved, hungry, tired from walking home. Fighting back wasn't an option. He was 3 years older, a foot taller and twice my size. Complaining to the school wasn't an option either, as no one likes a grass. I was 13 and stupid. I ended up stealing stuff from a local Woolworths, getting the master locker keys, putting the stolen stuff in his locker, and anonymously reporting him. He denied everything and was subsequently expelled. My school had a weird honor thing where you accepted responsibility for misdemeanor. She refused to admit his guilt. Do I feel bad about it? Not really. He was an awful human being who enjoyed bullying younger kids. In turn, he was bullied by his peers. But that was no excuse for his behavior. Hopefully he grew out of it. But I've spent my life encountering people like him, so I doubt it. Sometimes violence isn't the answer. Sometimes the nuclear option of being deviously spiteful is better. My sisters and I were always taught, never start a fight, but make sure you can finish it. It is amazing how many people do not like the sight of their own blood. Thanketh for the advith, pop. Things worked out real well for me. I have a friend who told me she was getting bullied in school, and one day a group of girls threatened her and told her that tomorrow, after school, they were going to beat her up. She asked her mom what she should do, and, right or wrong, her mother got a brick and told her to put it in her purse and start swinging. On the extreme side, yes, but it did work. Fortunately, nobody went to the hospital and nobody ever picked on my friend again. In a similar line, from the 70s, my own father, 6'1", beanpole, got picked on by a rather large dude in high school. My dad's older brother told him to get him in the face. once. And cover up. So my dad did. Clocked him right in the eye and turtled. He ended up with some cracked ribs, but Big Bully had to walk around with a shiner for a while. And he never came for my dad again. I'm reminded of my dad's story of when he was a student back in the early 1940s. Which from the tales he told was a bit of the Wild West. One day he was holding a clipboard in class. And another student randomly came and attacked him with a pencil. Dad shielded the worst of it with the clipboard. But the guy still managed to stab him in his wrist. Dad's impulsive defense was to swing the clipboard at him. The metal tab for hanging the clipboard slashed a large gash in the bully's forehead. Forehead cuts like that bleed profusely. Apparently being blinded by your own blood takes the wind out of your attack. Dad showed me where the lead was still stuck in his wrist. Thankfully, lead pencils never actually contained lead. What a jerk of a dad. Violence isn't an answer, it's the question. And the answer is yes. Violence may not be the answer, but it's always an option. Sometimes, people seem to forget that not only do heavy-set people have an advantage, but also the strength to hit hard and definitely connecting. Speed is good, but what's even better is if you are used to the body weight and know how to handle it. This is the way. I hate these stories. I really do. All they do is encourage some poor bastard to stand up to his bully. There's a reason the bully is a bully. Brave, but useless kid then gets a total pasting. Well done. I was a bit timid, nerdy and small, so I was bullied for a while. And one day I'd had enough. So when she grabbed my hand to twist it behind my back, I leaned over and bit her hand, just so she'd let go. So I call it self-defense. She didn't dare report me, as I guess she'd had a few reports against her already. I didn't break the skin, but it would have left a nasty bruise. There was a bit of verbal abuse after that, but nothing physical. I guess word got around. Plus me and my nerdy friends learned to be quick with the witty put-downs. As a form of protection, the bullies would leave, scratching their heads, trying to work out how we'd made them look stupid because words of more than 2 syllables were stretching their little brains too far.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.